Hey everybody, it's Tim at Broken Dice bringing a quick little channel update. I'm gonna put a solo wargaming thing up on my table. I haven't pushed any minis around on my table in a while. It's been kind of busy and hectic, and it's so cold and snowy out, and I think it's a good time to do that. So I got my Persian army out. I've split it down the middle, um, not making sure that it's like even by points and all that kind of stuff. I just threw what I wanted out on the table, and we're just going to push some stuff around. And doing that, I thought, well, I could do that, but what good is that really going to do me? Um, Especially since I'm the one that put it together and I have all the answers. It's like cheating on a test. So I've been thinking about all the kind of campaigns and games I've played, and with different groups of people and what people like to do, and kind of I'm thinking about the like when I played Song of Ice and Fire and their tactics board, right? That where you had these non-playing characters and you had them off to the side, and they influenced what happened on the table. So I was thinking, okay, how can we as historical wargamers get a sense for that without trying to come up with something that will never be balanced. It's always going to be skewed some way or another, especially when you're doing stuff like that. So I didn't want to do that. I wanted to keep something simple that other players could take and modify to their tastes, basically. So what I decided to do with two fairly even forces, I've decided to do like a strategic point system. And these strategy points are issued to each unit randomly when I'm playing solo, randomly. And I'm using poker chips basically to represent the different point values. Because if I was playing with another human opponent, then they need to know and see that. And then them knowing how many strategy points that unit is worth may change their tactical decisions on the table. Just like a person who has a unit that is quite valuable but yet fairly weak. Why did that happen? Who knows? I mean, we can write any sort of background to the story that we want. We can rationalize it any way we want, but that's the problem we've been dealt with. And as you can look to the units on the left, there's some with red chips, black chips, blue chips, there's white. I also have some green chips out there somewhere on the table. And each chip has a point value. And I'm just going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 because I have 5 colored chips. And so we'll go up to 5 points. The black is worth 5, red is 4, blue is worth 2, green is 3, and white is always 1. Okay. So you could have a situation, and this is what I would like to set up, a situation in which someone wins on the table but loses strategically. So you have to have that kind of strategy concept in your mind as you're playing on the table. So I think that would be a lot of fun. Kind of like a little twist on our normal gaming. Now, I'm using poker chips because I have poker chips. You could use any sort of counter. You could use a dice. You could use whatever you want to use. But right now, as I haven't done this yet in a random fashion of divvying up these points, I haven't done this yet, so we'll see how it turns out, and I'll get back in another video and let you see how this turns out. But I'm kind of interested to see as I sit on the table on one side or the other and decide, okay, do I risk this? That's the question. Do you risk now all out combat because you know that, yeah, I could probably maybe win, but what if I give up so many strategy points that I lose that way? Now, what is the value of strategy points? I mean, are they just in the acquisition and you go, hey, I got more points than you? Well, that's just like saying I I won the game by points values. Well, I don't want to do that because that's just being redundant on a very similar theme with the points that you if you play with points of your units, then why give them more points to lose? It doesn't make any sense. What I'm thinking is like you take these strategy points that you've earned and you get to spend them on some sort of special abilities. Now, what those are, that kind of depends upon the rule system you're using. Some rule systems don't have that. Some rule systems don't. Hail Caesar has a little section on special rules that you can purchase. Some units can have certain special rules and some units can't. Or you can play it like the Wild West and everybody can have everything. Doesn't matter. It's tabletop wargaming. It's problem solving. Create your own chaotic problem solving exercise and have fun with it. So that's what I'm going to use these things for. And I'll probably just randomly divvy up, different skill sets or something for people and make some really quirky units skill wise. But we'll see how it plays out. But that's what I'm going to be doing here for the next couple of weeks, just on my tabletop, and we'll see how it turns out. So I hope all your projects are going well. I'm still working on some other Persians. I'm working on some different tribal units that would have fought with the Persian armies at these time in history. So, uh, and some more command units. So everybody stay safe, stay well, and I'll see you next time.